and legislators have talked that this is a media issue. What is your take on it?
Well, I guess you could say I cut my teeth a few years ago on political activism, specifically over a grandma request that we filed, a group that I was involved with on the Utah Transit Authority. We filed a grandma request to find out how much they were spending on advertising outlets. Since then, I was like, wow, this is so great. You mean a citizen has the right to file information and find out about what the government's doing? I thought it was the greatest thing, and I was like, this is so patriotic. And since then, I've used the grandma request in my city of South Jordan, and I plan on using it on another issue in the county. I wasn't sure if I was going to file one, but I will now for sure. I'm interested on some expenses in the budget, but I want to make sure I have that right. And more importantly, I've been, I guess you could call me a political activist, but ever since President Obama was elected, I've become myself a new name. I'm a community organizer. See, that means I could become president. But meaning that it's really important to find out what's going on in the government, because what they do behind closed doors, I think that is probably even more important than what they do out in the open. And essentially with House Bill 477, their meetings are all closed-door meetings now. And with that law, they argue when the law was in effect that they didn't have text messaging and instant messaging. But that's my point exactly, is that is a way to communicate that didn't exist then, that now does. I'm confident that would have been included, because now any lobbyist or anybody can text message and have that information excluded from the public. And there were a lot of people here at this rally today that have filed grandma requests and talked about how important it is to be able to have access to correspondence. And as I said at the rally today, I guess I'm the deal to be hearing me.
Yeah, you talk a little bit louder. Sorry.
Some would consider me to be a right-wing Republican. And when I was here today, a lot of the speakers at the rally are what you might call left-wing Democrats. And I have worked on issues with them. And it was so neat. This is an issue that we're all coming together on, because every single person here, I've been working on causes for a lot of years with the people that were here at the rally together, and we all understand how important it is to have access to this process. I don't care if the old saying is, I don't care, if I don't agree with what you're saying, I'll fight to death for your right to say it. And that was, I felt, it was just a patriotic feeling here to be together with. This is not a Republican issue, this is a Democrat issue. And I honestly, that so many Republicans have voted to pass this, which, it doesn't make them look good, especially when speaking at the rallies with Democrats, speaking for open government. So that's why I'm here today. It's really very, very important. Like my sign says, sunlight is the best disinfectant. And my daughter's sign, Utah politicians want us to see no evil, hear no evil, while they have fun.
And why did you choose those signs? Because,
I'll tell you why I chose them, and then I'll have my daughter give her interpretation. I've been with quite a few political protests, in the years that I've been a community organizer. Because sunlight, so many times in causes that I've been involved with, people have said that, we need to find out what is going on. And so it's just like when you get an open sore, a lot of times you don't put a Band-Aid on it, because they say you need to let the wound heal, you need to have sunlight on it. So sunlight is good to clean things, put it out in the sunlight, it lets them dry. Sunlight shines a lot on the light on the darkness too.
Gotcha.
And as far as, hey, it's no secret, Utah politicians, they're not all exactly why did it fade. A lot of scandals have been uncovered by journalists and by citizens who had access to correspondence. And we'd like to believe, hey, more than ever, we want to believe that we can trust our public officials. It's very bleak that there's no shenanigans going on, but I've been involved, long enough to know that it's not always as sunshiny and clean as bar soap in the political process, let's say. And I say, well, everybody gets mad at the media, but man, there's some times when I wanted to just go and give everybody in the media a big hug because they have been able to uncover things that would not have been made known to the public. And I don't care how they vote, they need to be open and honest about the process. Whatever, and if you know what, do whatever you want on your private phone. But when it comes to public business, if you're using public telephones, public BlackBerries, that's the public's business. And we have the right to know what goes on. We're paying for it. They need to understand they're not our masters, they are our servants. And we deserve to have access to what's going on. And we trust, for people that don't have time to uncover and find out the dirty little secrets that go on, we rely on the media to find that out. You can't, especially this thing is about being a citizen lobbyist, which is what I consider myself to be, is that we don't get paid to come up here and find out and represent citizens' best interests, which what I would qualify as protecting my freedom as in the Constitution and protecting my wallet and my neighbor's wallet. Who's up there? Yeah, I know there's, hats off to the Eagle Corps, we're up for every single day. And the other citizens groups that are up here, they're not getting paid. And so, as a person who reads the newspaper every day, I depend on the media. Yeah, I get mad at the media. I think they're slanted and biased. But other times I think, man, I think they're a little bit on my side. So, but we depend on the media to be able to have access to find out this information because I want to know what my leaders are doing. Because maybe there was a time in the Garden of Eden when nobody had any sin. We didn't have to have Grandma Acts, but hey, they even do things that need to have the light shown on even in the Garden of Eden because we're human. So, but ask my daughter if she's college student.
Yeah. Where do you go to school? Here at the U or?
I just graduated from Utah State.
Oh, okay.
And I'm here for spring break. I work at the university here, so.
Okay.
I'm in with my mom.
Just tell me a little bit. Why did you decide to come out and do this? It's a Tuesday. It's during lunchtime.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to come out here? How important is this to you?
Well, I feel that I think text messaging has become a very personal thing, and a lot of times, if I do things, a lot of times I'll do it in secret, text messaging. So even I can relate that if I don't want people to see it, I'm gonna text it. But why should we be paying? Why should we be paying our government officials to have their private life and have us not know about it? I mean, even I'm in college now, but when I was in high school, if my parents came up to me and they said, "Hey, we saw you sending a text at 4 in the morning. What are you doing?" They have a right to know because they're paying the bills, And so it's kind of that same analogy of that we're paying for them to keep us safe, kind of like parents do for us. So why should